Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my majestic universe, I am Tiger Height, and with a brand new microphone, this is our review and highlights of a brand new show that we are going to be covering from now on. I'm not sure how often we're going to do it, but we're going to do it as often as possible with AAA and specifically Triplemania. There was a lot of different things that Peanut Gallery and I looked at when we were watching this show, and I'm not 100% sure if Peanut Gallery is going to be doing review at the time of me recording this. So if the video is a little longer than you think, then he did a recording. If he didn't, then it's not there. And I do apologize. He liked some stuff, he didn't like some stuff, he was undecided when we finished the show. But without further ado, let's kick it off. We are starting with a fatal four-way tag team match for the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions. And if I butcher any names, I apologize ahead of time. I'm a little more familiar with the Japanese names than I am with the names in Mexico. So, like I said, any butchering, I apologize. I will get better as we watch more. Nino Hamburguesa Big Mami defending the championships against Sammy Guevara and Scarlett Bordeaux, Australian Suicide in Valina, and Villano the Third Jr. and Lady Maravilla. Lady Maravilla and Nino Hamburguesa have kind of a budding romance, and Big Mami was a person of great distrust in Maravilla leading into this match, so a lot of what you're going to see is based on that. Peanut Gallery and I even stated that this was actually a much better than, but bleh. Peanut Gallery and I both liked this match a lot. I mean, I liked this match tremendously. I thought it was actually a fun little match. Nothing too big, nothing too small. It was a lot of fun. They told a really good story overall as well. And that's what I really liked about it. But the biggest thing was that Lady Maravilla low-blowed Nino to win the championships. I liked this as an opener. I had no problem with it whatsoever. But it was there, and it was the opening match, so it's not like it was going to be the greatest match on God's green earth whatsoever. Our next contest, I was shocked of how good this was. For the AAA World Trios Champions, the defending champions, El Hijo de Vecino, Mysterious Jr., and Golden Magic taking on El Nuevo Poder del Norte and Las Fuerzas Salvajes. I'm really butchering this, but I know that Pipinela Escobaza is in this, and it was a freaking awesome match. I cannot gush about this match more than I am now. It was it was awesome. It was fast-paced, it was action-packed, there was a lot going on, almost to a point of me needing a cigarette. It was just that good. It was a lot of fun. And if you were going to watch any one match, this is the match to watch, honestly. This was a mind-blowing match of the night, even after all the facts. But at the end of the day, it was the team of Vankino, Mixtecas, and Golden Magic to retain the championships. Awesome freaking match. Like I said, cannot do it enough justice. This is the 15-man Copa Triplemania match. Now, as you're watching the replays and everything, it's pin submission and over the top rope, both feet touching the floor. There's a countdown the whole time. I was trying to figure out what was going on because I was a little bit confused. But I'll at least tell you the order of the people who were going into this match as it progressed. Eclipsa Jr. and Daga were the ones who started out. Drago, Superfly, Murder Clown, Aerostar, Monster Clown, Puma King, Conan, Chessman, Vampiro, Pagano, Araguro, Ray something or another. Fuck, I barely was paying attention at this point. Ray Escorpizon. Wow, I butchered that, but at least I had something. And La Parca. Those were the competitors in that order who came into this match. I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I feel like it meant nothing. Pagano did win. LA Park and the other Parks attacked Pagano after the match, which was weird because LA Park was the one who quit on AAA, but then he comes back. I did like this. The crowd popped huge. He cut a promo. I have no fucking idea what he said. But honestly, it was not that bad. I mean, it wasn't like the best, but also it wasn't anything to say, oh, this was garbage, blah, blah, blah. It was actually kind of a fun little match. I liked it. I personally did like this, but goddamn, that tag team match really was fucking awesome. This was a 6-woman tables, ladders, and chairs, and the competitor who had to relinquish the championship was Kaira, who showed up, but she's injured. She had to relinquish the championship. This was for the vacant title, so it was Tessa Blanchard, Lady Shani, Taya Valkyrie, Fabi Apache, Chick Torrenta, La Hidara, and Hamada. This actually was a fun freaking match, and going into it knowing this was a tables, ladders, and chairs match, it just made it even better. A lot of fun, good action, very, very well paced as well. And that was the one thing that a lot of people really need to calm down about, was there was a pacing to this, and I thought they did relatively well. I enjoyed it a lot. But Tessa Blanchard was the one who won the Rhea de Reyes champion. She's going to start a rivalry with pretty much everybody in this match, which I don't mind, and I think the right woman won. Tessa Blanchard, other than you being signed with WWE currently, is the woman in professional wrestling right now. She is the most talked about, fantastic, great promo, great everything champion currently as a part of a women's wrestler. And she was the right person for the win. This next match was actually fairly intriguing. Tejano Jr., Taurus, and Killer Cross taking on Psycho Clown and the debuting Cody Rhodes and Cain Velasquez, UFC Hall of Famer. The man who beat Brock Lesnar for the UFC Heavyweight Champion is wrestling in AAA. This crowd went fucking ballistic for Velasquez. He is going to be the man. And seeing from the highlights and watching this whole thing, holy crap, this was an amazing match. This was a lot better than I expected, with the caveat that two really high popular athletes, such as Cain Velasquez and Cody Rhodes, shouldn't have debuted in the same match, because both of them took the spotlight from each other in some way. I'm not saying that they did a bad match whatsoever. In fact, I thought they did a fairly good match. I thought it was fun. Cain Velasquez did win with the Kimura lock. Really well done. There were a couple of things that bothered me, other than the Cain Velasquez and Cody thing, because, like I said, they just took away from each other. The fact that Cain Velasquez wore a mask the entire match was weird to me. I couldn't get behind it whatsoever. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to do that respect thing, but people know what Cain Velasquez looks like, and it wouldn't take away from him. Actually, it would have made him better if he didn't wear the mask. Make this guy the Brock Lesnar of your division, of your company. Have Cain Velasquez take on Killer Cross, and then Tejano and Taurus could have taken on Psycho Clown and Cody Rhodes in a separate match. That would have been so much better and better booked than what we got. Not saying that it was bad, just saying that they could have done it better. They posed with everybody after the match. Psycho Clown is awesome. Cody was awesome. Cain Velasquez was the shining star in this match. That was actually a really good match. You know, it is what it is. So this next match was the semi-main event. Thank God it was. And it was a rematch from AEW. Laredo Kid and the Lucha Brothers taking on the Elite. Kenny Omega making his AAA debut. Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. This match was fucking great. And I'm sorry if the cussing is something that you are bothered with. I can't help it. This was, yet again, a fantastic match. This was not the match of the night for, well, a couple of reasons once we get to the next match. But we've seen this match before. It was nothing new. But it wasn't a bad match. It was a fun match. Kenny Omega, as being the guy who debuted, was the shining star, but it was a lucha driver for Laredo Kid and the Lucha Brothers to win. I thought the Elite were going to win. Kenny Omega making his debut, I thought that was going to be the stepping stone for Kenny Omega in this new company that he's never competed in. But I'm not saying that it's bad, because it's not. I feel as though if it was the Young Bucks and literally anybody else, then this win would have been justified. And they are in Mexico. Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. and Laredo Kid are a much different level than anywhere else, because Phoenix is both the Mega Champion and one half of the Tag Team Champions. Pentagon Jr. is the other half of the Tag Team Champions, and Laredo Kid is Laredo Kid. There is a reason why I didn't stick around in Impact Wrestling. But after the match was interesting, in my opinion, because Kenny Omega issued the challenge for the AAA Mega Champion against Phoenix. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Put that match at AAA Invades New York. You are going to instantly sell out for that show. And that's their next big event is AAA Invades New York. And then they do AAA Invades Los Angeles, LA. It was a good match. But this next match dwarfs all of them. Every single match felt important in their own way, but this match, despite the title not being on the line whatsoever, transcends championships. This match transcended AAA and went in just to Lucha Libre and legends that built this promotion, that built Lucha Libre as it stands right now. And the stakes could not have been higher for one. Blue Demon Jr. putting up his mask against Dr. Wagner Jr. putting up his hair. Ray Wagner. The entrances were awesome. With the little cranes, they're going closer. There was the video package showing in the background. It was awesome. It was super, super cool. God damn, this match... I don't want to say this match was bad. As a part of competition, this was not the best. But just keep in mind that both of these guys are 53. But who these guys are, what they put on, and the stakes that were on the line in this match, like I said, transcends belts, transcends the current era. This is a Triplemania main event match. It couldn't have been anywhere else. This was The Rock versus John Cena. This was The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. The match itself was brutal. Holy crap. I was not expecting this match to be a freaking bloodbath, but it was. Blue Demon Jr. got cut somewhere in this match, and he was gushing. And it was bad. as a part of like how bad the injury was itself. But Blue Demon Jr. won, clocking Ray Wagner with a huge-ass cinder block, keeping his mask, his legendary mask, but the hair of Ray Wagner was cut from the back, given to Blue Demon. Blue Demon shaved the rest, and at the end of the show, Ray Wagner announces that he is retiring from professional wrestling as an active competitor. This was a moment. Blue Demon Jr. stating that his generation will always beat the Wagners because this rivalry transcends certain competitors. This is family versus family. And this was such a great promo. This crowd went ballistic the entire way through, and this ended the show. You could have not put on a better ending to a show. And that was Triplemania. Honestly, stepping into it, I went into it with skepticism, based on what I've heard and what I've seen before. But I liked this show a lot. There was some obvious botches, and some of the stuff didn't make sense. I'm going to give him at least the credit that it didn't make sense because I am not entirely too familiar with Lucha Libre, and I'm happy that I watched this show. It was a fun show. There were great matches, especially at the end. There were surprising matches, and the ending blew my socks off. I cannot say that enough. If Peanut Gallery did a recording of his portion of the show, I will have it right after my ending. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I want you guys to like this video. Share it with your friends. Comment down below on if you've seen it, what you thought of it. Let's have a discussion. I love talking with you guys all the time. But if you don't want to do a comment down below, join my social medias. Twitter, Instagram. And if you want to see exclusive stuff, exclusive content from Peanut Gallery and myself, as a part of backstage stuff, live reactions, and MP Throwback, where we'll do old pay-per-views and do our reviews there for you guys exclusively, become a patron. All the links are down below, and I do thank you for your contributing contributions and all of the patrons that we have now. This show would have been dead without you. But I thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed Peanut Gallery's review if he does it. If not, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss a show because next week we'll be doing NXT TakeOver and SummerSlam. And as always, be majestic.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my majestic universe, this is Peanut Gallery, and I am doing one of my very rare non-WWE or AEW shows. We're talking about Triplemania XXVII. And this is my first experience with a Mexican-based wrestling promotion major event. And I was not disappointed. It was amazing. By amazing, you know that I mean it was pretty bad. But it was bad in a good way. It wasn't bad in a bad way. I really did enjoy it. The action was great. The characters were amazing. Because as you know, it's Lucha Libre. So it's supposed to be that way. I do like the high-flying acrobatics. I understand the spottiness of it. However, there are a lot of issues, mainly in the production side, that need to somewhat be addressed. You know, with all the talking that didn't really make a lot of sense, or the bad camera angles with an arena that was too big for what these production people are used to, or the obvious copywriting of a lot of pop culture songs. There's a lot that there's a lot that needed to be desired. But let's go match by match, and I'll let you know kind of what my thoughts were. The first match for the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions. Amazing concept. It was great. I liked it. It was very spotty. A lot of things were happening. What I've noticed throughout this whole experience with Lucha Libre is that they're not very good with the rope work, which is interesting. They're great when it comes to jumping off ropes and shit, but they're not good like when they do like an Irish whip. I don't know. It wasn't very good. And it wasn't just with this match, but it was with pretty much every match that involved it. So Delano Jr. III and Lady Maravilla won that match. Going on to the three-way trios match. Now, this was probably the best match of the night. It took a little bit for me to kind of figure out what the rules were for a trios match, but it wasn't something that was not interesting to me. I thought it was a very interesting concept, the way that they just do these kinds of matches in general. Fourth match, the Copa Triplemania match, I thought was very... I don't know, it felt very all over the place. I didn't have a lot to say about it. Yeah, I mean, I do like how Conan and Vampiro were in the match, kind of as the shockers, so to say. But there wasn't really a lot to say. The methodology in which these people were eliminated from the match was very confusing to someone like me. The 7-woman tables, ladders, and chairs match for the Queen of Queens Championship. The right person won. Definitely Tessa Blanchard, in my opinion, is probably the hottest woman on the independent scene right now. I'm not saying attractive-wise, but I'm saying that as far as charisma goes, outside of the WWE, you can't get much better than that. So the right person won. I really don't know how this is going to play in. Psycho Clown, Cody Rhodes, and Cain Velasquez versus the Mercenaries. It was just a match that was there. I don't know. Cody Rhodes did not play a huge role in it, but it was decent. It wasn't the best. I liked the other trios match better, which is Laredo Kid and the Lucha Brothers versus the Elite. Probably the second best match of the night after the other three-way trios match. There were a lot of... What I liked about it the most, I think, is that I understood the story behind it. And there may have been storylines with the other matches as well. But I really didn't get that sense just because I'm not from Mexico or have a lot of knowledge of Mexican wrestling. I feel like maybe the 4-way tag match for the mixed tag team champions and then the trios match had the best rivalries, if you want to say that. I just don't know what's going on with a lot of these matches. I know that with Cody Rhodes and Killer Kross being involved in those trios matches, I can't say what that rivalry was with Psycho Clown, Cain Velasquez, and the Mercenaries, but I just didn't feel it. At least with the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks, I can really see that rivalry continuing. And that's because as an American watching All Elite Wrestling, I can see the continuation of that rivalry. And I think that's what is going to make that probably one of the better of the two trios matches. Blue Demon Jr. and Dr. Wagner Jr., the Lucha de Apuestas match. I know about the rivalry. I never really got involved in it, but I know that there was a rivalry that was there. And I felt like that this was a pretty long time in the making kind of match. Obviously, this match was the main event. And I'm not sure about the actual winner. I mean, I don't have an opinion. The only thing I can say about this match was it felt to me to be very anticlimactic, in that the match, I think, was over before I feel like it maybe should have been. Overall, I didn't really mind the matches. I thought that what was done was pretty good. I can't really compare it to anything else, though, because I don't know a lot about this type of wrestling, so I can't really make an opinion on it. It's intriguing, yes, but I just don't... I don't know. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And as always, be extremely majestic.